everything from acne to eczema to also even psoriasis, things of that nature. And one in particular is Accutane or Isotretinoin. Now, here's the thing about that one, and why I'm naming that one specifically is because this is one of the drugs that actually comes with a black box warning, okay? A black box warning is something that the FDA, now imagine this, and I'm just gonna keep it real. The FDA does not do a good job when it comes to what it allows, not only in our drugs, but in our food supply, because that's why it's called the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. They do a horrible job of it in the US. So if the FDA says that a drug has a black box warning, it's probably something that you should definitely listen to if the FDA is saying that it's pretty bad. Now, a black box warning is a severe warning that is telling you that it has severe or life-threatening potential side effects. So when it comes to Accutane or Isotretinoin that they commonly use for skin issues, you can get issues as far as joint pain. You also can have severe diarrhea as well as rectal bleeding. But one of the big ones is suicidal ideation. Okay, so it literally could have you go from never having a suicidal thought to having a suicidal thought as a result of taking this drug for your skin. Okay, which is really important to kind of consider in the grand scheme of things. And not to mention, if that isn't the worst part, but if you take isotretinoin as a woman, you have to get a pregnancy test. And within a small window of getting that pregnancy test, you have to go straight to the pharmacy and pick up the drug. And the reason why they make you do that is because it also has side effects that could affect the fetus and cause deformities in the baby. So that is how dangerous this drug is, okay? And it is commonly used among dermatologists and doctors to clear skin issues. So it's hugely important that all of the drugs, but some of them are worse than others, they mess up your gut, they suppress your immune system, they cause hormonal imbalances, and overall can ruin your health, all to just achieve nice glowing skin, which there are natural ways to go about doing it, okay? And so I want to sort of press upon people, the importance of understanding that we have a medical system today that wins when we use external and unnatural devices and drugs and things of that nature to remedy natural problems. So what I want to do is give you a natural solution to a natural problem, okay? And the reason why I'm calling it a natural solution is because at the end of the day, this is just the lifestyle we're supposed to be living in the first place. But as a result of the food, the lifestyle that we live today being so unhealthy for us, that our bodies are literally in a battle, a constant battle, a day-to-day battle, a minute-to-minute battle, trying to get waste that is being accumulated, toxins and chemicals out of our bodies. And again, our skin is just the outer reflection of what's going on inside of our bodies. So all of these issues, again, have a natural solution. And what I'm going to do today is give you 9 natural solutions to not only having skin that glows and that is clear and that is useful, but also skin that is healthy as well too, in terms of like being, capable of removing waste at a highest level. Okay, so number 1, get rid of sugar. I'm always saying that to you guys. I know you hate hearing me say it. Like, Dr. Price, if you talk about my sweet tooth one more time, like, I'm just gonna unsubscribe. But I'm trying to tell you, like, at the end of the day, they put sugar in everything. They put sugar in everything because they know that we have a natural propensity for wanting the sweetness out of life. And when we can't get it in our reality, we go through it through our food, okay? So they have us, they can't put cocaine in everything, but they could put the next best thing, which is sugar, okay? And here's sort of the downside to sugar. And I'm not talking about the sugar that you'll find in fruit. That's not the sugar that I'm concerned with at all. I'm talking about the 150 pounds of sugar that they put in the food that we eat every year. And the reason why I'm calling it 150 pounds of sugar is because that's the average amount of sugar that most people are consuming every year. 150 pounds of sugar. And let me explain what that sugar is doing to ruin your skin. That sugar attaches to amino acids. And when sugar attaches to amino acid, it glycates, which means that it creates what are called AGEs, okay? Advanced glycated end products. And we call them AGEs or ages because it ages you, okay? These advanced glycated end products age you and they age your skin. So they make you look, 10 years older, okay? So I was in the airport and I was talking with this gentleman. He was asking me about, what can I do to make my skin look younger? He's like, I'm noticing that I'm always having skin issues. And I asked him how old he was. And he said, I'm 22 years old. I thought this guy was like 40. I thought he was like 40 because that's what so much, and we eventually got to it, but he eats so much sugar. And that sugar had aged him. It made him look like 20 years older, okay? And for a lot of people, it makes them look 10 years older, okay? And that's what sugar does to your body. And removing this sugar is it's gonna help with one primary thing that is going to be absolutely amazing for your body, which is the insulin resistance. Insulin resistance not only is an issue around diabetes, but insulin resistance is an issue around making your body store fat or saying, grab all fat and hold on to it. But it's also an issue because insulin is going to tell you to eat more too. And most of the time, it's going to be telling you to eat more of the wrong type of food. So sugar, you got to get rid of sugar to have that glow up. Okay. Number 2, you got to sweat. You have to sweat. Okay. Because one of the primary ways we cleanse the skin is through sweating. Okay. So you got to get in the sun, you get in the sauna and move. Okay. So sun, sauna, movement. Okay. You have to sweat. And I meet so many people today who work out and they don't sweat. That is a sign of unhealthiness. When you don't sweat, especially when you're moving and you're working out and you don't sweat, that is not natural. Okay. We're supposed to sweat. Okay. It's one of the primary ways that we eliminate toxicity and waste from the body. And it is the largest elimination organ in the body. Okay. So if you don't sweat, and just think about it, really put this in perspective. Most people live in the air conditioning. Okay. The house is always cooled. Okay. They get in a car and it's air conditioned. They get out of the car, they walk through, a parking deck into a building that is air conditioned, and they work for 8 hours and they repeat the process backwards by going back home or go to the gym. And when you go to the gym, and I hate this, when I go to the gym, it's all cool in the gym. Okay. So we are living in air conditioning. And one of the things I was explaining to people is when I go to Europe, I was in the UK and rented an Airbnb, they didn't have air conditioning in the home. Okay. In the UK, one of the most advanced countries in the world or developed countries in the world. And a lot of the buildings in there, and when I go to Italy, Africa, so people would think they don't have air conditioning. That's only for third world countries. No, most places are not air conditioning everything. Okay. So we live in air conditioning and it is very unhealthy for our body. So you have to sweat. Okay. Number 3, you got to heal your gut. You got to heal your gut. And it's so important. You got to get your bowels moving because if that waste starts to accumulate, it's going to eventually cause leaky gut syndrome. Because if your waste isn't moving, you're not having bowel movements with every meal, or if you're having 2 to 3 meals, you're not having 2 to 3 bowel movements, it means that you're accumulating waste. And eventually that waste is going to ruin that lining in your gut and eventually cause leaky gut. And when your guts get leaky, it's going to leak that waste out into the body. Okay. And that is going to lead to you not only having issues with inflammation in your body, but issues with your skin too, because your skin is going to be trying to dump the waste that should have went out through your bowels. Okay. So hugely important. You got to fix your gut. And so this is why, again, I do my detox every 3 to 4 months. As a matter of fact, we're about to start a group detox right now. Because if you get this weight out of your gut, not only do you have the benefits of and people out there who have done my detox, comment below. If your stomach gets flatter, comment below. Also, talk about what your skin looks like after doing the detox. Okay, so people comment below. You have to fix this gut. Okay, and part of my detox is the Tommy detox. That's what flushes out the gut. Okay, and then the other part is the parasite candida to get rid of those parasites, but also clean out the liver, the kidneys, the lymphatic system, etc. You got to get this waste out of your body. Okay, especially when it's accumulated in your gut.